G'day everyone. You probably can't see me too well. I look like a little bit of a silhouette against the nice sunrise behind me. But this morning I'm over at Lake Murtimer, 2 days after lockdown 5.0 finished, fishing for carp with my good friend Rowan from RKJ Fishing. Hey you! You're watching Robbie Fishing. Warning, warning. This is a fishless video. This video contains no fish. No fish were harmed in the making of this video. Written and spoken by Robbie Alexander from the Robbie Fishing Party. Right, now lockdown finished a couple of days ago and we couldn't go yesterday because the weather was too crap. It was windy and raining, so we earmarked today. We looked at the weather map and the wind was low and it just looks magnificent. So we're going to fish at Lake Murtimer this morning. Then we're going to have a barbecue lunch somewhere and then we're going to venture over west, maybe over to Broken Creek or Boozy Creek or something. We'll decide after lunch. But for now, we're starting at Lake Murtimer. Let's go and get a line in. Righto, rod number one, the Paternoster rig with half a dozen corn kernels on it. That can go out there in front of those reeds a little bit. Oh, a big bit. It's a long way out. And that's good. Rod number two, slightly different. I've got a running sinker rig on here. It's still rigged up from when I fished at Lake Graham Hobble just before the lockdown. A running sinker rig, same size hook, and sort of, I think it's 5 bits of corn on there. I'd rather fish a Paternoster, but I reckon the hookup rate is better with a running sinker. But a running sinker's harder to fish if there's a breeze, but at the moment it's nice and calm, so I'll leave the running sinker on and just see how I go. As Chopper Reed would say, I'll just play it by ear. Didn't have any ears. Right, the sun's just come up. We've been fishing for about 20 minutes since it was pretty dark, and now it's sunny. We haven't had a bite yet. Hopefully the sun can trigger a nibble. There's the first bite. The bite window's opening, Rowan. It's 5 to 8 and we've just had a first nibble. We've been here over an hour. Did you say that?
I did. I saw your line dancing around.
There it goes. Right, I've made a bit of a change. I thought we've got 4 rods in here, all with corn. So I'm gonna throw a bunch of Jan Juck worms out. I'm just getting a bit of a nibble on the worms here. Got old Percy here waiting for breakfast. Mate, I'm trying, just calm down. If you sit long enough, I might just be able to catch you some brekkie, mate. Breakfast in bed for the pelican. Come on! He's gone. Did you see that bite? That was a bloody good bite. He was on there then. Well, this has been a little bit disappointing. I've had a couple of bites on the worms and one little weeny nibble on the corn, and that's it. I didn't get to feed the pelican. Lake Murtimer, my first fishless trip here all winter. Anyway, we're heading west. We're going to head over towards Tungamah, Catamatite area. We'll work out where we're going when we get there. It's 10 to 10. We've been here for 3 hours and haven't caught a fish. Welcome to winter fishing. Hopefully the next spot produces a bit better than this one did. Right, now Rowan and I have made our way to Tungamah. We're at Tungamah Weir, where we're finding the water. It's full of fresh water, it's flooded and it's overflowing. Tungamah Weir is on Boozy Creek, but it's upstream from where I normally fish. It's in an area where it's only seasonal. So the creek here doesn't always flow, but she's certainly raging at the moment, so we don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. Now the Weir pool there, it isn't fishing very well at all. We've been there an hour and a half and haven't had a touch. So I've come down here with my worms and I'm just going to try below the Weir. Now, bearing in mind the creek here usually doesn't flow, it's usually dry, but it's flowing now, and I'm just hoping that maybe there could be a fish, whether it's a carp or a yellow belly downstream further in the Broken or the Boozy Creek, that's been triggered to swim upstream by the fresh water. That's what I'm hoping. Alright, well, the plot thickens. Well, it doesn't really. There's still no fish biting. It's 1 o'clock. We've been fishing since about 6:45 this morning. Now we're going to go and try a third spot because spot number 1 and spot number 2 just haven't worked. Well, we'll keep on trying. folks, I've just pulled up here to go fishing in this creek behind me with Rowan. But on the way over, the most strangest thing happened. We were driving along and in my revision mirror I saw the party lights come on, the red and blue lights. They got closer and closer. I thought it was the police. But as it got closer, it was an ambulance. So I pulled over to let it pass, and it went round me really quick, and then it went around the corner really fast, and a little black box fell off the back of it. It was heading in towards Wangaratta, I assumed to the hospital. But anyway, a little black box fell off the tailgate, off the back, the little bumper bar. So, you know, being a bit curious like I am, I've gone over and, what is that? And it was quite cool to touch. I opened it up, and all around the inside of it was like dry ice. It was very cold. And inside it, there was a toe, a human toe, a big toe. It was absolutely disgusting. And I thought, well, the ambulance driver's heading towards the Wang Hospital, so I've got on the blower, called the Wangaratta Hospital, and I told them what happened. And they said, yes, thank you. They said, the ambulance has only just got here now, and the patient's lost his toe, and without that toe, he may never walk again. So thank you so much. We'll send someone out there in about half an hour to pick it up. And I said, oh, awesome, I'm glad I could help. Are you sending another ambulance, are you? And they said, no, no, no. We're going to send a tow truck. Alright, now my worm rod with the running sinker rig and the Jan Jux, that's just going to go out in front. That's going to come back and hit me in the face. Now I'll do that again, but this time I'll open the bail of the reel and see how that goes. That's just going to go over there in front of those reeds. Yeah, that's where I was aiming. Well done, Robbie. Right, the old corn bait. Sinker's a little bit big, but that's okay. That can go out there. It's about 70 centimetres out there because I've run my deeper Chert Plus through here. Just had a bit of a bite on the old corneo. Listen to all the frogs running. Yeah. That was the Wangaratta banjo frog. You can hear it from here. 5 to 4. Yeah, catch you later. That's just me saying goodbye to Rowan. He's leaving. Bloody fish on here. Oh, I just filmed my closing scene. Then I looked up in time to see me rod going, buddy. Nearly getting pulled in. I just filmed a closing scene. I'm not even joking. I just filmed a closing scene. I'm going to put that back in for a couple of minutes. Can you believe that? Jeez, I thought he was on there then. I just had the best bite of the day. I filmed my closing scene, turned around, and there was a fish on my line, but when I picked it up, it was gone. So I'll do it again. Folks, what an absolute ripper of a day I've had. The fishing's been terrible, but it's been a ripper of a day. We've just come out of 2 weeks lockdown, and it's just great to be back out in the open, enjoying my freedoms again. And it was great to catch up with Rowan. It's always a pleasure to fish with Rowan. And I can't help but think that after being in lockdown for 2 weeks and not knowing when the next lockdown is going to happen, if it happens again, which I hope it doesn't, I think that's inspired me to stay all day and make the most of it. It's just been a beautiful winter's day and I've had a great time. I'm sorry it's a fishless trip, but hey, if you're going fishing in the middle of winter at the moment and you're catching nothing, you're not the only one, because Rowan and I aren't doing too good either. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, why not give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. Hopefully I'll see you in my next video, which will hopefully contain a fish.